hello, and welcome everybody. This is host of the Heal It Show, kendfoster. So glad you joined me today. We have a really amazing show for you today. Now, I say that every show just about, but truly this show is going to be able to give you what you need to heal just about anything. You know, I've found over the years, and maybe you're new to this, but you can heal just about anything in your life, right? You know, a lot of times we treat the symptoms, we don't treat the cause. And on this show, I like to bring in guests that get to the cause and also understand how to heal, right? You know, it was Nikola Tesla that said, if you understand energy, frequency, and vibration, you can understand the universe. Well, the universe is part of you and part of me. And so if we understand our bodies, our minds, our souls, our spirit, our energy, we can, like I said, heal just about anything, okay? So today we're going to be talking about the energy and the power that you have within your own being to heal. I'm going to bring on a guest that has spent decades in helping others to tune into their power and to heal whatever's going on in their life. You know, it's been said that it's the power of the healer and the receptivity of that person that wants to be healed. So that's an important point. And I know today, if you are in a place where you got something chronic going on, right? You like, oh, you know, everybody's told me, the doctors, the nurses, my family members, my friends, everybody tells me this is uncurable. Well, maybe it is, but maybe it's not. So I've found in my own world that healing is a quest. It's a journey that we take. And, you know, sometimes people test our resolve along the journey, right? They'll say, oh, you'll never be able to do that. And you go, well, okay, you're either right or maybe they're not right. Maybe you can tune into the power within you and say, you know what? I'm going to heal this no matter what. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And you jump on that journey, because I can tell you this, as soon as you say it's over, right? This is unhealable. It is for you, okay? It doesn't mean it is truly in reality, but it will be for you. So this show is helping you to step into that power once more, giving you hope, giving you understanding, giving you wisdom. And I bring in the guests that, like I mentioned, in some of my other shows that really know what they're doing. So I hope you'll enjoy this show. I hope you enjoy this episode. I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, I'm going to have my very special guest on the show. We'll be right back.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it.
It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should be calling right now.
Well, just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. So what kind of calls have we been seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls from all types of accidents today. Work accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents, and most commonly, car accidents. So if you were injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, take that first step, pick up that phone and give us a call. We're going to answer your questions and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Go ahead. Don't hesitate. Take that first step and call now.
Call 800-455-2790. Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Everybody, this is your host, kendfoster. I'm calling this show the Unlocking the Power of Energy Healing, and my very special guest is Alex Urbina. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's great to have you. For those of you that don't know Alex, he is an energy alchemist, transformative spiritual healer, author, speaker, and shamanic practitioner. With 3 decades of dedication to serving humanity, Alex has emerged as a powerful healer, renowned for his ability to empower individuals to lead healthy, happy, and purpose-driven lives. Alex, it really is great to have you, man. You know, you've been doing this work for a long time. Is there? How'd you get involved? Let's go there first.
Well, in my early 20s, I got introduced to a transformational training, which is a personal development training, and it really woke me up from a slumber, an unconscious sleep that I wasn't aware that I was embarked on. And during that conscious awakening, I was able to see my egoic self, and I was able to see the personality that I had created and was living. And then I discovered my authentic self that weekend, and I fell in love with that part of me. And I wanted to become that version of myself. So I embarked on a hero's journey of personal growth and personal development, and I haven't stopped. And along that journey, I became a life coach. I also became a transformational trainer for teenagers, empowering teenagers in training rooms all across the country, different parts of the world. And then I started creating transformational trainings for conscious parents. And I was on that journey probably for about 30 years. As well as having a life coaching practice. And then about 5 years ago, I got, during the pandemic, I was awakened during a meditation where I channeled my higher self, came in and basically showed me a couple of past lives as a shaman healer. And I was shown that in those past lives, I suffered at the end of my life. Even though I was activated spiritually young and helping people heal, I didn't heal myself. And so they showed me that in this lifetime, I chose to do the personal development work first to set the foundation and create a strong base. And then that they showed me that I would have my spiritual awakening and my shamanic reclaiming of my shamanic roots in my 50s. And they showed me that I was going to, transition now as a shamanic healer. So that's kind of where we're at this moment.
Well, it's interesting because I've had a lot of people on the show that have gone through transformations. In fact, I don't know anybody that hasn't gone through transformations where they stepped into their higher self on this show. So, and that's an interesting journey in itself, because like you said, you woke up from a deep sleep that you didn't even know you were in. You were in a trance and didn't know you were in a trance. I think a lot of folks, especially when it comes down to healing the body or the mind, I think we walk in these trances and we listen to these trances all day long. If you're turning on the TV and with all the medications that you're being prescribed the just the media overload of that we're just poured all this information on, that doesn't necessarily mean any of it's true. A lot of it's just made up to sell a product. What's your hit on that?
Yeah, when I talk about, having that awakening, it's like the moment that I realized how unconscious I was, I couldn't have that awareness until I woke up in that moment and became conscious. Like, you don't know you're unconscious until you have a conscious awakening. And then you can look back and go, "Oh my God, all of those 18 years or 20 years or 50 years of my life prior to this new awareness, I've been asleep to some degree." And I think that while we're unaware that we're unconscious, we're being fed any narrative that humanity wants to create, like you said, to either sell a product or get us to buy in on something or sell an agenda. And so when we're unconscious, we're totally unaware of what's happening on a bigger scale. The bigger picture we can't see because we're obviously unconscious. And so it's not until we have that conscious awakening and we learn how to be self-aware and be operating more in the present moment, and then to just have a broader perspective of questioning what could possibly be going on rather than what's being fed to me. Can I see a bigger picture there?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times pain is a great motivator of wakening up. We get in comfort zones and it's easy to buy into maybe other people's agendas or the socialization that you've bought into over the years, or what the employer is telling you to do or not do, and this is the way it is, right? But at some point in time, all of us seem to start to wake up. And I know in my path, it was a path, Alex, of it didn't happen all at once. It was in stages. But I do remember one stage where one day I woke up and everything was brighter than it's ever been, right? And it stayed that way since then. And I had like a dark pair of sunglasses on. I didn't know I even had them on. But when I took off all this negativity that was in my life and running in my mind, everything shifted for me. Have you had those kind of experiences, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of the big aha moments, or those moments where I had the biggest awakening, came from some of the things that I learned in that training room, as well as on the continued journey of conscious awakening. For example, one of the distinctions that changed my life in my early 20s was realizing the distinction between living in the victim mentality versus choosing to see everything in my life from the filters of being responsible, or playing a responsible part in the way that my life has unfolded. So once I was able to learn those distinctions and then start giving up and surrendering the perspective of being a victim at any given moment, or living as the victim ongoing, and choosing to take responsibility for my life or the part that I play in my life, whether I'm conscious or not, is really when I got my power back. So those are little, key moments that, I attribute my conscious awakening unfolding from year to year, decade to decade. It's when I'm learning and practicing these powerful leadership distinctions that that I am able to reclaim my power back.
Yeah. Well, I think I've been coached for 3 decades myself, and I can tell you this: it's at that point where people look at their lives and they say, it's not working. Something's not working. It's not working in my health, in my fitness, in my career, in my job, in my relationship. Something is not working, and it creates some anxiety. And finally, there's that crack in the armor. And one wants to go, well, all right, if it's not working, what has to happen for me to maybe shift, change, develop, grow, evolve, so that this thing, whatever that may be, starts to change. And, from my point of view, it takes time. I tell clients all the time, slow down to succeed here. take some time to go within, to journal, to start to get clear with what's going on, right? A lot of times we're going so fast in life. Everybody's going from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing. It's really difficult to get any kind of point of view of, what's really going on underneath the surface, right? So how do you get underneath the surface, to help people to really start to understand the cause and cure of what's ever going on? I'm gonna hold you. Don't answer it yet, Alex. I got to take a quick break. We'll come back, and then I'd like you to answer that question. Thank you so much.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it.
It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should be calling right now.
Well, just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. So what kind of calls have we been seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls from all types of accidents today. Work accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents, and most commonly, car accidents. So if you were injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, take that first step, pick up that phone and give us a call. We're going to answer your questions, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Go ahead, don't hesitate, take that first step and call now.
Call 800-455-2790. Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Back, everybody. This is your host, kendfoster. We're talking with Alex Urbina, and the conversations about unlocking the power of healing energy. So, Alex, I'll go ahead. I'll turn it back over to you. You can answer that question asked right before the break.
Yeah, I think it's first realizing that I am the meaning maker to my reality. And everything that I interpret through these eyes or the filters that are on my eyes, I'm deciding what's real and what's not real. And so as a life coach for the last 30 years, I've been empowering people through coaching sessions by teaching them that whatever they create in their perception becomes their reality. And so a lot of times, I tell people, I say personal power is really about perspective shifting. If I'm sitting with you and I'm teaching you a new way, a more empowering way to interpret your reality, then your life is going to be 10 times greater, 10 times better, more love, more excitement, more joy, more happiness, because you're able to interpret your reality at a higher and a greater level. So I think for one, it's, being consciously aware that you are creating your own suffering and you're creating your own happiness. You're creating your own health and you're creating your own disease. So once we start to remember that we are creating and manifesting our own experiences, that's I think where we reclaim the power and we are able to jump back into the driver's seat of where we want to direct our life towards.
That's really hard for somebody to swallow if they're sick right now. And it's like a lot of times people go, well, so you're telling me I'm to blame for my sickness? How do you answer a question like that?
Yeah. So, and it comes up a lot. If you really listen to the words I use, I never use the word blame, but it never stops somebody from interpreting it as such. So you got to really be careful how you hear people when they speak, because the word responsibility is not the same as the word blame. Somebody uses the word taking responsibility. A lot of people interpret that as, oh, so you're saying that I'm the one at blame, or I'm the one that should be the one that's wrong. And a lot of times I got to point out, no one ever said that. No one ever said you're to blame or you're at fault. The word responsibility is just the word and the distinction of looking at from a honest way to see what part did I play in this decision. That's it. What part did I play? What part did I not play? What choice did I make? What choice did I not make? And if you're willing to dissect it from that perspective, 9 times out of 10, people can go, oh, now I can see. I didn't say yes, or I didn't say no. I didn't stand up for myself, or I didn't make myself a priority, or I didn't draw a boundary. And so those are the learning lessons that I need to learn in this scenario, where I can see where I can now start learning how to take responsibility for the choices I made or the choices that I didn't make. So that's where I want to really break that down, because nowhere did I ever say that somebody is at blame or at fault. There's a distinction between blame, fault, and responsibility.
And, there's a lot of people out there that, I know myself included when I grew up as a child, that was shamed, okay? And they use the blame game. They use the guilt. They use the, really kind of put downs, right, to try to control the behavior. That's not what we're talking here. We're talking about conscious awareness and becoming aware and conscious of the possibilities for you to be able to change your life, heal your life, step into your power in a much greater way. I think that's what we're talking about. Let's talk about energy alchemy. What is energy alchemy? What is that? How do you define that? And let's go from there.
Yeah, so in the universe, there's some universal laws, and one of the laws regarding energy is that you can't create or destroy energy, because God created energy. But what you can do is you can transmute energy and change its form. And so as an energy alchemist, I've developed the ability to transmute energy from one form and transform it into another form. So for example, if you have a lot of fear or a specific negative emotion in your body, I'm able to take that energy and transmute it and then transform it into a higher version. So I can transmute fear and transform it into love. And that's pretty much how I'm able to facilitate healing for people, is when I'm able to take one lower form of energy and transform it into a higher form. Then what happens is the body is set up in a state now that it can start healing itself. I always tell people, I might have a title as a healer, but I don't believe that healers are the healers. The body heals itself. As a healer, we're just facilitating the process of healing. We're bringing the healed frequency of the healed self to you, and then you have to match that vibration. You have to want it. You have to desire it. You got to be hungry for it. And then from there, all of a sudden, the body can start raising its vibrational frequency, and then it can start healing itself.
I'm really glad you brought that up because, whether it's massage or whether it's any other type of body manipulation or what Alex is talking about with the energy work and everything else, ultimately you are the healer. The soul is the healer. The prana, the life force energy flowing through you is what's going to do the healing. But we all need a little help. That's why Alex is there. Alex, let's talk about body energy connection. How does that work?
Yeah, so what I'm discovering is, and creating more and more results and validation, that the physical body is not just a standalone. The physical body has multiple bodies. We're just going to talk today about the physical body and the connection to the energetic body. There's an energy body that's connected to the physical body, and it's like a battery pack. It produces power and it supplies power to the physical body. And when your energy body power, when it's low, then your physical body has very low, it has a low immune system, and it can start picking up denser, darker, more stubborn energies that blocks the flow of the universal energy that's connected and trying to flow through all of us. And then it makes the energy in our body distorted. And when you get distorted and your frequency in your body is not at ease, that's where we start to create the dis-ease of energy in our physical body. So I like to explain that to people. A lot of people don't realize that the energy body has a battery pack called the energy body. And what I'm finding when people have a lot of physical ailments, whether it's mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual, or even physical, majority of the time, there's some things that are blocking the flow of universal energy through the energetic body. And once I'm able to clear those out and you have a full, clear, vibrant energy body, then the physical body responds, the health increases, and then the body starts to heal itself.
This is so powerful conversation, Alex. I really appreciate you having it on the show. And for some of my audience, they're listening to this, and it's like, well, is this really true? Yeah, it's really true. The quantum scientists have done a lot of work now, whether it be quantum physics, quantum mechanics, attachment theory, neuroscience. All of them have come to the point where they're understanding that what Alex is saying. They're verifying that we are all connected to a much greater whole. And so if you start to understand that and understand the different energy bodies, as Alex is not going to go into today, but there are, and we may go in there, I don't know. But, it's really important to understand the theories behind this so that you can realize you're not this little physical body, okay? That, you don't just heal on a physical level. You heal mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And you do that through connecting in I would say, in a quantum field that downloads that energy into you when you're open and receptive. So that's my way around it. Alex, let me. I do have to take a break. We come back though. This is a subject that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is the role of negative energies. What role do they play? The negativity in our life. We'll be right back, and Alex will answer that.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it.
It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should be calling right now.
Well, just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. So what kind of calls have we been seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls from all types of accidents today. Work accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents, and most commonly, car accidents. So if you were injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, take that first step, pick up that phone and give us a call. We're going to answer your questions and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Go ahead, don't hesitate, take that first step and call now.
Call 800-455-2790. Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
This is your host, kendfoster, and I'll be right back with my guest, Alex, in just a second. I want to mention this to you, that this show grows because of you, my listening audience. We get a lot of people telling us how amazing the guests are and how amazing this show is. And I want to encourage you today to take a little action around that. Go find a family member or somebody that you love and let them know about the show. Maybe you connect with them on YouTube or one of the social media platforms, and just spread the word. We really appreciate it. I appreciate you doing that. And now back to my amazing guest. Welcome back, Alex. For those of you that don't know Alex, you just tuned in. Alex is a shamanic practitioner, energy alchemist, transformative spiritual healer, and so much more. Alex, negative energies. Let's talk about that. You know, a lot of people don't even want to talk about negative energies, right? But do they play a role?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked the question like that, because the distinctive word you used is a role. When I think of negative energies, I think of them as a role or a character, a part of the cast in your movie. So you imagine you're the main character in your movie, right? You're the reality maker. And we have these negative energies that we have asked them to show up in our life as certain characters, to play a role and show up in our lives to show us that we're off course a little bit. We've gotten off the main path and we've gotten a little bit into the weeds. And so negative energies or darkness or suffering, all of that is going to play a role for us to show us that we're not in alignment with our energetic body, our physical body. We're not in alignment with our own self-love, our own self-worth. And it's just going to show up in a way that really mirrors the things that we need to course correct, whether it's to have more forgiveness towards the people that have wronged us, or if it's to love myself and accept myself more. And so negative energies for me is just that. It's a role that they play for us to show us we're a little off course. And it's to remind us to get back onto course, back into the flow of love and synchronicity. And that's where we're healing ultimately.
Well, you know, I know there's a few of you out there in my audience listening, and you have a very high threshold to pain, right? things aren't going well in your personal life, in your home life, your finances, your health isn't that great, you haven't been out working out or done anything for years, you gotta, and you've forgotten what your natural state is like. Quite frankly, sometimes we don't know we had in negative states because we've been there so long. So the natural state is joy and love and health and vitality and energy and connection and feeling this brilliance and joy around life, right, Alex? I mean, that's where we are, and that's what happens when you do the work that Alex is talking about. So this is an interesting question because I think it ties into what I'm saying here. How do we know when we're blocked, Alex? How do we know? I mean, some people have really lived in that state for a long time and they're unconscious about it.
Yeah, you'll know that you're blocked energetically because there will be certain symptoms that will manifest in your physical body that's going to cause some kind of ailment, some kind of sickness, some kind of disease, and it's going to cause you to suffer to some degree, whether it's pain, whether it's headaches, whether it's body aches, whether emotionally or psychologically you feel off. It's going to manifest like that in some type of suffering. And so those are already the manifestation of having energies that are off course, and you're blocking the universal energy that should be flowing to you, through you, and from you. And one of the ways that I'm able to detect what kind of blocked energies or stuck or stubborn energies that are stealing life force from your energy body is by scanning you. I have the ability to psychically and energetically scan your energy body to find out what kind of sources are stealing life force or blocking your energy body from being into the flow of universal energy that's flowing to us, through us, and from us.
That's powerful. Okay, that's you said a word there. You said suffer, right? And I'm thinking about sometimes people get used to suffering, okay? And they get it confused with sacrificing, okay? Like you might sacrifice for your children, or you might go to the gym and sacrifice your time, energy, and pump some iron and feel the pain and make some changes, right? But what he's talking about here is different. And he's talking about suffering needlessly. So we don't suffer for our children. We might sacrifice for them. Right? We don't suffer our body. Our body, it's not a natural state to suffer in your body. You might sacrifice some things to build your body. So I think there's a distinction there, Alex. I'd like to get your comment on that. And also, I want to let my listening audience know you can find out everything that you need to know about Alex at alexurbina.com. That's alexurbina.com, alexurbina.com. Or just check out our YouTube channel and you can watch this also on there. Go ahead, Alex. What say you on suffering versus sacrifice?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought those two distinctions up because they're not the same. Sacrifice is a temporary choice that you make to give something up for a greater purpose. That's how I view the distinction of sacrifice. Suffering to me is when you have accepted the way things are or the way that things have become, and you are unwilling to do anything about it or to learn about it to change that state. And earlier you were talking a lot about, suffering and or accepting that the way things are is just the way they are. And a lot of that can come from our conditioning, the way we grew up, right? If our parents, instilled a certain mental or psychological distinctions into our mind about suffering, because maybe they grew up like that, or they had parents that preached to them that suffering was, a high virtue, or that there was something great about suffering. And so if we were taught those things, whether it was through culture or religion or just, simply by growing up with parents that's what they believed, then they instilled those onto you, and then you carry those with you into your life. And so maybe you have a high tolerance for suffering and you've just accepted it as the way to be. But, intuitively, I know without a shadow of a doubt for my truth, we weren't meant to suffer. we were meant to remember who we are and discover and remember the truth about who we are, and to thrive and to love and to experience joy and happiness. And it's all available to each and every one of us. However, we're all on our own journey of discovering each phase for ourselves.
Well, I've always heard suffering is optional. So if you choose to suffer, be my guest. But I believe that what Alex is saying is the truth. We're not here to suffer. We're here to learn, to grow, to evolve, to thrive, to be the best version of ourselves that we can, and to be able to be of service to others as a result of being in those states. All right. Mind, body, spirit, integration. I'm going to use the word integration, not balance, because I think that's what we need. We're going to talk about how to actually integrate mind, body, spirit when we come back from this quick break, which we'll take right now.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it.
It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should be calling right now.
Well, just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. So what kind of calls have we been seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls from all types of accidents today. Work accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents, and most commonly, car accidents. So if you were injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, take that first step, pick up that phone and give us a call. We're going to answer your questions and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Go ahead, don't hesitate, take that first step and call now.
Call 800-455-2790. Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legxercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legxercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legxercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legxercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Everybody, this is your host, kendfoster. I love this conversation, by the way, Alex. This is a great conversation we're having. Okay, how do we integrate? Okay, we have identified that things aren't working for us. We've realized, especially in this show, that we're going to take back our power, back by being responsible. We're going to maybe set up some goals around this. And now we're going to, one of the goals is probably to see Alex, by the way, so that you can get more insight on this. And then the next step here is to integrate mind, body, spirit, soul all together. How do we do that?
Yeah, for me, when I think of the word integrate, I think of learning how to be in the present moment. The more that we can practice learning how to be in the present moment, like being here now, rather than in our head thinking about where I should be or why wasn't I there, or why didn't I do that. When we can learn how to get out of our head ultimately and learn how to be present in each moment, is, for me, it's where peace exists. Joy exists in the present moment. Happiness is in the present moment. When I'm experiencing my joy, my peace is always when I'm here now in this present moment. And if I practice being more in the present moment, everything flows for me. Everything's working with me. I don't have to try to muscle stuff. I might have to use my brain to kind of look and observe of what's going on, but I don't have to muscle things. I don't have to be in resistance to stuff. I don't have to be afraid of what might come or what could come or what might show up. Because if I'm in the present moment, I'm always here, and life is always happening here now in the present moment. And like I said, this is where peace is. This is where love exists. This is where you're in the flow, and that's in the present moment.
And this is where, when you step into courage, right? How do we step into courage? Well, we're in the present moment, and you do something you think you can't do. Courage is there instantly. Because there's that present moment where, I love what you were saying, the heavy lifting is no heavy lifting, there's nothing. In the present moment, we have the solutions for everything. And if we don't, we stop, we contemplate, we tune in, we meditate, we go within, and we stop until that solution comes. And it always comes. Alex, has it never not come, the solution?
No, it's always unfolding. It's always, and even when a scenario happens that we're judging or we're giving it the meaning that I don't want it or I don't like this, it's still there to teach us a lesson.
Yeah.
It's still there to show us, hey, you went off course a little bit. That didn't work. Let's re-choose again. Let's get you back on course. Yeah. So you got to remember that. If you remember anything about the show, I want you to remember this. Life isn't necessarily happening to you. It's happening for you. And if you can wrap your mind around that understanding, then if everything's happening for you, then what's it for? It's for you to learn. It's for you to experience what you don't like, what you do like. If you don't like something, choose something else. If you like this, then stay choosing that. But if life is always unfolding, it's a mirror to show us what is possible and what we're capable of creating. So for me, it's really about being in the present moment. And like you said, finding that courage to just be here and hanging out now in the moment of now, and letting life unfold organically for us.
Alex, what do you think the purpose of life is? If somebody were to ask you that, I just did, what's your response to that? Because I think sometimes, the reason I'm asking that is sometimes people go, well, gosh, I'm just here to grow, learn, evolve, and be the best version. Maybe there's something more than that. So I'd like to ask you what your thoughts are.
Well, it might be a very deep answer. I'll start with the shallow answer. The shallow answer for me, it's to experience. I'm here to experience myself, because before I was embodied in this human form, I was and still am a spiritual being. And in spirit, I don't have a physical body to experience relativity. As spirit, I'm everything. I'm connected back to the source, God. I'm up, down, I'm hot, cold, I'm love, I'm fear. If you're everything as a spiritual being, you can experience yourself. Because without relativity, without something that has its opposite, you can't experience what love is to the magnitude that love can be experienced without having fear. And this goes back to suffering. Suffering is here as a tool, because once I suffer for a year, 3 years, 5 years, however long we decide that we want to suffer, and then choose to not suffer anymore and start healing ourselves, then we can go to the other side of the spectrum and experience what it's like to heal, to thrive, to overcome, to persevere. So for me, I believe and remember that I'm here because I chose to be here in a human body and experience myself going through the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the hurts, the heartbreaks, the love, the joy. And I'm here to experience all of it. And so that's the beauty of being a human being, is remembering that I chose to be here and I chose all of these experiences for my greatest good. But ultimately, it's for me to learn and remember this whole experience for myself.
I'm so glad I asked that question. That's great. I might start asking all my guests that question.
Great question.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, from my point of view, I think we get at it at different points of view, but I think you said it in this way. It's self-realization. It's realizing that the soul in the human form, but realizing it past to be in these bodies, we have to vibrate at a very slow vibration to get into this thing, right? To be here. And so as you're here and experiencing it all, I love that. But as we learn to raise our vibration, raise our energy, raise our consciousness, we start to feel, I don't know about you, Alex, but I feel like I'm in a bubble most of the time, because it's like a big dream. And I keep dreaming the dream, and the dream gets better and better. And sometimes it's not. But I look at it and go, oh, well, okay, I created that. What now? What's possible, right? But ultimately, it's that self-realization. It's that place where we can see the unseeable, see the unseeable, know the unknowable, and do the impossible. Now, there's nothing to see, know, or do in the soul, because the soul already knows that. But in this lifetime, we do create a lot of wonderful dreams that we pretend like we don't know who we are, what we're about, so that we can create the experiences that we're doing, is my hit on that. Anyway, I love that question. Hey, listen, we only got a couple minutes left, actually 1 minute left. What's next for the people that are listening here? What would you like them to do? How would you like them to connect with you, Alex?
Well, let me say this. Every time I speak, I know that I'm supposed to be speaking on a certain platform, because there's certain people that are listening to me, and they know that I'm speaking to them, because they'll know, because their knees start shaking. If you're listening to me and your knees shaking, it's because we're vibrating on the same frequency, and it's probably because your higher self, my higher self, are trying to connect so that I can potentially be there to support you or help you past and transcend past suffering. That's really my main purpose, and my main mission is to end suffering for humanity. As long as I have still breath in this body, that's going to be my mission until my last dying breath. And the people that I do resonate with and they do reach out, I'm able to help them to some degree and support them. So if you're one of the ones that got that knee shaking, go to my website, alexurbina.com, look around. If I still resonate with you, reach out. Don't be afraid to get on a call with me, and I'll talk you through whatever it is that you're going through and give you insight. If you choose to work with me or not, I'm always here to be in service.
Alex, thank you so much for being here today. I just loved our conversation. Again, for my listening audience, it's Alex Urbina, URBINA.com, AlexUrbina.com. Go, it's interesting, because it does take courage to step into that place of, I'm going to make that phone call. Step into your courage. If your knees are shaking, I love what you said, Alex. Thank you so much for being with me.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
And I want to thank all of you for being here today. If you enjoyed this show, please give us a like on YouTube. Let your family and friends and associates know about this show. That's how we grow. That's how we all change. That's how we upshift consciousness together, so that we can all live in a much more thriving, vital, joyful world. Take care until next time.